Let's get down to it. Oh my goodness, what on earth is this? Do I see docks in the corner? There are docks in the corner. There's a dude standing on the dock. I think we've seen this in the past. I believe that is a merchant, and he is deep in thought. Anyways, we should probably start this game. Hyper Random can give us some pretty interesting things. And it is apparently also a no mad start for all these 8 players. So there's a lot going on screen. What you're looking at is a capture the relic game, though. The goal is to capture this relic. There we go. There's the noise. Capture that relic and put it into your monastery. Players will start with the monastery. You cannot build more monasteries, and then they can also not be destroyed. And so you could see, like, for Shulker here, its monastery is right next to the TC. Has lots of stats, and again, you just can't do damage to it. But the fact they started without a TC definitely shakes things up. And they also don't have scouts, I assume. So yeah, this is what they do know is they do know about the middle, and there's lots of vision there. But beyond that, they're going to have to certainly figure things out here. I like to shake it up every now and then with Capture the Relic. I think it's a fun game mode. If you're seeing this on YouTube later, you know it's a quality game, but sometimes Capture the Relic can kind of suck because, like, one person gets the relic faster than others, and that's just, you know, the risk we take from time to time. So let's get the intros in. In the yellow, we have a longtime mod and current goat holder, Shulker. Shulker is playing as the Romans here. A nice little cute TC spot. In all fairness to Shulker, he did build his TC right away, and he didn't encounter the woodlines or anything. So kind of a rough spawning spot for Shulker. To the north of Shulker, we have Anti-Mon. I thought it was going to be like anti-mom. Like this person was very much not about moms. That's not the case, so I don't know why I said it. We have Blue playing as the Britons here. In the green, we have Skillzoo. Skillzoo playing as the Ethiopians. Not bad for Skillzoo. A little TC there on the berries. Hasn't completed the TC yet. There we go. And back in business. In the teal, we have Convicted. Yeah, with an X on either side. Man, if this was 2006, this would be an epic username to encounter playing Call of Duty. I don't know. Maybe Convicted still plays Call of Duty. I respect the name. What's up with this pit here? There's a very deep pit here in this generation. Interesting spot. Oh my god. No! Oh, this is so... Oh my god. This is so bad. This is so bad for Convicted. Okay, so you cannot rebuild a monastery, right? And there's 2 issues with this. First, well, there's like 3 or 4 issues with this. The first issue is the fact that I believe there's trees on either side. So I can't really tell, but I think if any monks get sent in here, the monks can't make it out the other way. Think about it. When you're a player, you're going to set a rally point this direction towards the relic. And I think the monk hops out and gets trapped then. Oh, man. The other issue is that Convicted is Turks, and Turks don't get onagers, so you can't onage the trees. And then the other issue, which, you know, is like, even if you are aware of this and you send the monk out to the right and then you try and move the monk around, it is a very long path. So if you're betting on someone, I wouldn't bet on Convicted right now. In the purple, we have I Love Baskets. Baskets is the strongest player in this game, is over 2K now. Really solid player, playing as the Japanese. We'll see what he can accomplish here. There is no one in this little quadrant. And it seems like that is because Pumpu... Yo, Pumpu's back in a game. Do you guys remember Pumpu from... what was it? I think it was Random World. People were screaming. There were rioters outside my house with signs saying I should have made that the Legend of Pumpu. I'm kidding. Please don't riot outside my house with signs. That didn't happen. Hopefully it will never happen. But anyways, Pumpu played really well there. He's playing as the Koreans. He is very close to Red... who's Uncle Bogdan, good old Uncle B here. Where's the monastery for Pumpu? Uh-oh. Where's Pumpu's monastery, guys? What happened here? Are you guys seeing it? I'm not seeing a gray monastery. I guess I should go to Gray's point of view. Gray doesn't have a monastery. Uh, well, this is capture the relic, and Gray cannot capture the relic, and hasn't realized that yet. I didn't know that was possible, honestly. Man, this game has been pretty wacky. Here in the orange, then we have Smallhead. Smallhead's playing as the Poles, and does have a monastery. Oh, and then we forgot Red. Oh no, who we talked about? Red's fine. I mean, I wonder if it'll let Gray build one, because you shouldn't be able to delete your monastery. Clearly, Gray just doesn't have one. This is what happens when you combine like hyper random, which is pretty wild, with game modes that aren't exactly. I think technically they're supported, but they're not really. They're not really looked after, right? Like Capture the Relic is like the old dusty, moldy box that's been left in the darkest depths of the Microsoft basement. I think a good example of that, a good indicator of that would be. In fact, they've never updated the Spiral map, which I've talked about before. I really think they should update Spiral, but I've said that like a couple times to them, and nothing's ever happened to it. So, yeah, I think like maybe Gray was supposed to spawn here, and it just didn't happen, and maybe the monastery got blocked off by trees or something. So that's basically the intro here. Sorry I didn't have the economy situation in the bottom left there. We'll see how it goes. I know that some people here are going to be like T90. This sucks for Gray. Like, Gray really wants to win, and now Gray can't win this game. So, like, what are we doing? Why not restart this? I feel as though Gray could still play an interesting role. Technically, Gray could win the game. I don't know. I think we're just going to play it out from here and see how things end up panning out. What's worse, not having a monastery or having a monastery that's basically going to work against you every single moment of the game? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, wood could definitely be an issue, which is a fair point. There's not a lot of resources on the map. Fishing is interesting. None of them are probably going to notice the docks though for trade. And what is Baskets typing in my chat right now? What is this? This is a copy pasta. Bro, I know this copy pasta because I was watching like Masty or Emu stream one time. This is a... Okay. Do I have to read this? What are the rules here? Okay, question. How do you feel about zoodles? Masty James arrived in the town of Twizzle Twee with a clatter and a clunk, pulling a cart full of gadgets and gizmos. I'm not having fun right now. Oh, what a funk. But the centerpiece of his collection was a curious contraption, the Zoodle Maker, with knobs and gleamed and gears that twirled. It looked like a marvel from another world. Actually, I'm done. This is not fun, but it's very Dr. Seussy. It might be Dr. Seuss. I have no clue. Is this genuine? Masty, oh Masty, with a grin so wide, invited them closer to see what's inside. That's creepy. And then Basket says, I'm just bringing the news. No one else really commented on the fact that Baskets just went off like that. Green did say, dude, I have to play. That's too much to read. I have to cast. That's too much to read. Yeah, I don't know how Baskets typed all that. He still has more pop than everybody else. What is that, bro? You guys think a player who's 2K is good at playing the game. No, they're good at typing. Multitasking. Well, I do know that there is quite a small legion, let's say, who hang out, in our community, who I think they gather themselves in what is called the Doves Court. It's a very scary place, and I've had the pleasure of gaming, getting to know quite a few of those people. We do have a couple of them as mods. And they're all pretty solid players, actually, except for maybe Doof. He's definitely going to hear this in the form of a clip. And I'm not sorry. I'm really not sorry. Okay, hold on. Gray says, do you guys see your monastery? And they mentioned that you should have one. Gray says, I don't. Basket says, go to Monastery hotkey. Gray says, don't have a hotkey for that. Blue says, you should try open UIs. Okay, Blue, that comes off awfully mean right now because Gray doesn't actually have one. I can understand why Blue would assume that there should be one, though, because that's how the game mode works. So Pumpu's like looking around like, where is my Monastery? Currently looking for the hotkeys to find it. Type a 1 in my chat if you have a go-to Monastery hotkey. Type a 2 if you just don't have time for that. I feel like majority of players don't have a go-to Monastery hotkey. I mean, I do. I'm not crazy. Obviously, I have a go-to for every building. But just curious. Okay. Cool. All right, good to know. So I'm wondering if it'll let Gray build one. Like maybe because you can only have one, it will let Gray build one. Gray would have to be in Castle Age for that. Uncle Bogdan here, I think first community game ever, right next to Gray, and this is a free-for-all, so now Gray's going to get attacked. And Pumpu is, yeah, just in a rough spot. There's no other way to slice it. This ain't pretty, what's happening right now to Gray. Now, you cannot build in the middle, but yeah, if, like, let's just assume Gray can build one. It would be kind of nice to build it close to the middle, maybe. Would give Gray some type of an advantage. Something that players who have done this are benefiting from hugely is the docking. So there's tons of fish out here. And you see blue is docked, green is docked, teal is docked, purple's docked. We didn't see a dock from Gray. Red's struggling a little bit with the army control here. Maybe the pressure of the moment. Does lose 3 archers to the TC. And Gray's going to make a tower, and Gray's going to stay alive for now. Red doesn't have a whole lot more army. Red also building a tower. It feels like these two are definitely just going to be fighting against each other nonstop. Koreans can be pretty good, though. You make it to Castle Age, drop a couple towers with Koreans. Things could be pretty solid. But, yeah, I think the fact that these two are fighting right now is just because of their starting position, right? So if you capture the relic, you just win? Yes. That's how it works. You capture it and you immediately win. You do not need to hold the relic for a certain period of time. So now that players are in Castle Age, we should have people making moves for relics. And Baskets has moved out. Now, deep down, every time I'm casting these game modes, I hope and I pray that someone doesn't win right away. Also, that rhymed. Was pretty good. I like that. Lots of vision around the relic, which is nice. And then you also get the doo-doo, the little relic noise when someone else picks up the relic. So the game notifies you. Oh, wow. Look at Baskets. Baskets wants to make like a path. That's smart. A path for the, a little corridor for the monk. Oh my God. Don't let the guy who does the stupid Dr. Seuss copy pasta just get the relic and win. People! It's capture the relic! Blue, open UIs and make military. What are we... Baskets picks it up and says, I will accept tribute. Okay, so they would have all heard the noise and they could see him standing. It says, tell me how much you love zoodle. What is a zoodle? Okay. Ooh, box formation around the monk. Oh, man. That is satisfying to look at. Yellow. Shulker can't actually click the monk easily because the samurai are there. And Shulker gets the kill. All right. And Basket says, tell me about zoodles, Shulker. He was angry that Shulker didn't say anything about zoodles. Zucchini noodles. Ah. Why zoodles, of all things? There's been a lot of unexpected things in this game so far. Does Teal have a monk out yet? Doesn't seem like it. Very nice position for Baskets. I mean, everyone else kind of has a heads up now that they can make a move towards that relic. But Baskets seems to be by far in the best position. He is also by far the highest ranked player here. I'm still very curious on where any monks would go if Teal makes some monks. Pumpu, still in feudal age, has just built a lot of towers. It feels like these two are the bottom two, and they're maybe canceling each other out, but red's about to be in castle. And monk here for small head is going to get picked off. Did convert a samurai, though. And yeah, I mean, if Baskets wanted to win, he probably could have made it a little bit further here. I think deep down in his mind, he understands that this would be pretty lame if he were to just win it right away, and he doesn't want it to be lame. People are here for entertainment, right? Well, some people. Some people are tryhards and want to win. Some people care more about how they win, you know? Oh, Duve is in my chat. Someone has clipped the joke I made about him and sent it to him already. He says, all right, I saw the clip. What the hell, Tristan? Duve, I didn't know they'd clip it, bro. It was just a joke. It was just a joke. That took, like, what? 5 minutes. Duve probably got the clip at work. I'm sorry. Okay. Here we go. That's a lot of knights from Smallhead. That is a lot of knights. So what do they think about zoodles? Well, they think on the hill is a good time to fight. One of the knights switches sides. The monk is kind of like, okay, I'm just going to head out of here then. And that's quite a few samurai with solid enough upgrades as well, but the monk will go down. But it is right next to the little corridor that Baskets has made. This is smart. More people need to do this. The other thing you can do is you can actually garrison monks inside towers and TCs, even if you are holding a relic. So you could actually, I guess you can't tower in some of this. Oh my freaking god. Oh my freaking god, Shulker. No freaking way, dude. Get in and run. No way, Shulker. Shulker says you're messing around with zoodles? Well, I'm out of here, baby. And Baskets yells cheat. Now look, guys. People won't see it. When it's in a transport, they don't actually have vision all the time. Whereas if you're picking up a relic and you're not in a transport, they'll always have that vision. Shulker's making a move. Now, where does Shulker go? His monastery is pretty close to the water. Smallhead is trying to block with the knight. Shulker needs to click faster. Otherwise, this transport will go down. What actually happens if this transport goes down? Shulker's getting out clicked. Could maybe desperately repair. Oh, man. And the transport. Oh, man. The transport's moving. Oh, no, Shulker. There's a lot to do here. There's a lot to do, but so little time. And the transport goes down, and the relic goes back here. It goes back to where it was picked up originally, not to the closest piece of land. And no. No. Oh, man. That's wild, man. That is wild what just happened. What a move from Shulker. And great job from Smallhead to stop it. And there's a signal from Shulker. He's just going to point out the fact that it's still there. Okay. Dang. You know, the other option for Shulker would have been to go to the castle and then hop in the castle. But then you're so far from the monastery. And his position's really not great in this game. He doesn't have army or anything. So I can understand him thinking like he needed to win it right there. Okay, well, green is here attacking. We got some monks from Baskets moving out. We have some Janissaries moving out from Convicted, though. We got knights from Smallhead all around still lurking. If, like, the gunpowder gets here with the knights, it could be problematic for Baskets. Still want to see what happens when Teal sends a monk out. It looks like the monk went this way, so we're okay. Gray is still in feudal. Gray, we cannot make a monastery until Castle Age, if that's even possible. And Baskets, with his 2K micro, trying to get conversions. And, I mean, there's just enough there to force that back. But here the Knights are doing really well for Smallhead. Smallhead is poles as well. I don't know if the unique techs come in, but certainly the Knight spam has been real. And Knights beat Samurai in Castle Age. And now Skillzoo is here with Lightcap. Dang. So what we saw with the transport is just not something we see all the time. Different versions of the game have actually done different things with the relic in those situations. I remember many, many years ago, before the definitive edition, that the relic would always pop up on the closest piece of land. So in this case, when Shulker's transport went down, it would have gone like right next to him. But yeah, the way it works on the definitive edition, and has worked for a very long time now, is it always goes back to where it was on land last. Which leads to some pretty interesting situations, obviously. Relic is still here. I feel like Baskets can just make his move, though. Like, you know, Teal is trying to fight off Orange for whatever reason. Maybe just because they encountered each other out there. And Shulker might be thinking about another attempt soon. Yeah. Shulker's definitely going to give it another go. And Baskets thinking about making a move, and Convicted deletes the Jans there. I mean, either that or Heresy was in. I don't think that was the case. The Smallhead is going to come over to try and stop this again. Now, he has to go into the enemy's lair here. But you have no choice. You have to run through the stone walls. He kills the monks, and okay, it is in there. Can you imagine if Baskets doesn't win this game now? This is interesting. Because, like, Baskets doesn't have much army now. All of his units have died. He could, like, maybe try and run through and wall this off. But there's lots of army lurking around. And it's strong army, too. Stronger than what he has. Also, Blue is 126 eco. We were a little critical of Blue for not, like, going for the relic. But if you chance it and you just boom, and others... Here comes Shulker again. You know, and others don't end up, you know, getting the relic, you might actually have a chance. No way, Shulker. No way, dude. I mean, I respect it. I respect it. Sometimes you just have to go for it. And it would have been an epic move if it worked out. This is crazy. Smallhead's attacking the walls. Needs to attack the samurai, though. Smallhead is not paying attention. This is a moment for Baskets to make a move, who also has some fires now. Navy's actually really important. Blue has longbows that I assume are going to have all the upgrades, but like they're struggling to kill fishing ships right now. So we'll see if that ever gets over here in time. Man, it's kind of tough for a monk to come through here without the Janissary shooting them. Here he goes, though. Like, you have to really pay attention to this, though. I could see Baskets winning it right here. If Teal isn't paying attention. Oh my god, no way. No way. Oh, they're so good, guys. They're so good. See, we're doing Capture the Relic more, and everyone is getting so good at focusing on that thing consistently. Also, small shout out to Baskets, who I think could have maybe won the game right away. He's made this more interesting, so win or lose for Baskets, we will respect that. By the way, he actually just likes baskets. Like physical baskets. That's a thing. That's where his username comes from. We got petards! And the gate is down. And now maybe Convicted could get it. There's still monks. You can tell he's setting the waypoint to the right. He's got a very unfortunate monastery, but still. Here comes Shulker. What's Shulker planning on doing? Waltzes through the middle of the map. And Shulker is gonna wall it. Yeah, yo, that's huge. Actually, Teal might not be very happy with that. That would piss me off if I was Baskets. He's made the switch to Cav Archers now, which is a smart move. He can just delete his own walls there, and that's fine. And now there's a monk on the way. So again, an opportunity to get it. I think maybe Baskets has reached a point where he's like, okay, we've let them have a little too much fun. Blue is still just playing Booming Simulator. There is a monk on the field, but I mean, Blue still hasn't moved out. And yeah, it's hard to know when the monk is on the way. There's the noise. They've all heard it. There goes the monk. Baskets has gotten it so close this game. Is he going to get it to his monastery now? No, he will not. That is really close to his castle. Like, they're going to have to make some big moves here. Like, Teal's going to have to come in here. Someone's going to have to get this relic. There is another monk from Baskets headed towards it right now. Gray is around. There's demos around from Baskets, which can help in the defense. The monk actually went down again for Baskets. He is a decent enough eco, though. And I mean, he's got 9 ranges to produce Cav Archers. But I don't know. Janissaries are pretty strong. Smallhead's going to try and cram a castle in there? Oh, my goodness. Oh, also, Gray's in Castle Age now. Can Gray make a monastery? I'm not seeing one. I guess Gray is just kind of screwed, which we expected in some ways, I guess. And Cav Archers are looking really good. And all you need is a little bit of time. Like, Just push those units away and then snag the relic. And even if you sacrifice this whole army, it's worth it if you can get that relic. And Teal sees it. Teal understands the situation. Is going to go for it. Man, those are really inaccurate shots. And I think the Zoodles guy is going to get the job done here, unless there's some big surprises near in the back end. Nice shot from Teal. Really nice fight from Teal. I mean, once the relic got in close to baskets and beyond those walls, it was always going to be really difficult. And yeah, I think the game ends here. That was fun, dude. I just can't get over the fact that Shulker was that close to winning it. I know that baskets wins the game, but that attempt from Shulker, I almost want to watch again. That was just out of nowhere, dude. Just out of the blue. And I think baskets, you know, kind of felt like he was going to win the game. And then maybe regretted messing around so much. Let's rewatch this. So we're just like, I forget what we were talking about. Probably talking about Zoodles. But, you know, at this point, it's so close to this little pathway for baskets. There wasn't a lot of action and activity from the others. And then here comes Shulker, no military whatsoever, rolls in, picks this up, and Baskets has got to be thinking, are you kidding me, bro? What is this? He yells cheat. The transport's faster than the Samurai, too. It's brilliant. It was actually Smallhead. Smallhead was the MVP to stop this. Smallhead says, I regret sniping the transport. I forgot it teleports the relic all the way back. Ah! So Smallhead thought that if this was killed, the relic would be close. Oh, that's true. Well, yeah. Anyway, Smallhead was the one that denied it. Probably thought that the relic would be close. And it obviously wasn't. The only thing you can really do in that scenario if you're Shulker is click faster. It's all click priority, so... but it's hard to do that when, you know, a lot of things are happening and the pressure's there. Yeah, and then, like, he got it so close. Orange is thinking the relic's going to be right there for the taking. And then he'd only have to fight off Shulker. And then, obviously, Shulker has it right next to his base, but the relic goes all the way back. So, wow, great game. Yeah, also, maybe Shulker tried to eject the monk with the relic there. Actually, I'm not sure. Maybe Shulker could ask, because it's kind of hard to decide between the two of them, because they look the same inside the monastery. So, it was a fun game. Shulker says I ejected the wrong one. Ah, shoot. I mean, 50-50 chance. That was a nice thought, actually, if you were trying to eject it there, because that means you kind of knew what would happen. GG, it was a fun game. We got, you know, a fair mix of, you know, weird conversations about zucchini noodles, and also, you know, some different things happening throughout. Again, there were some players here who didn't really compete for the relic that much. I could see the logic from Blue. Like, Blue's army was going to be so strong, no one could fight Blue whatsoever. Unfortunately, it just took way too long to get over there. Gray couldn't actually win. Like, Pumpu, if you're here, feel really bad for you. Your start was just genuinely bugged. And I assume it wouldn't let you build a monastery. I thought that Teal did a really good job considering the circumstances. I thought this monastery was horrible. It did benefit Teal, I think, that Purple is close by, but still, I mean, we had petards, we had Janissaries, there was a lot of pressure. I mean, green was over here, gray was even over here, yellow was over here, everyone was kind of doing their part. I think red and gray being next to each other didn't benefit either of them, as that was more of a 1v1 skirmish. But yeah, GG, well played, everybody. Thanks for playing some Capture the Relic. Nice to see we got the relics captured, so...